Good morning, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. Today, I want to talk a little bit about a conversation that I had with my chief engineer. He's got his ear to the ground, so to speak, on what's going on in China's point of view as far as the people are concerned. And I ask him a lot of stuff. We talk a lot. Because we talk so much, we have a rapport. And we understand each other. He was talking about President Biden's visit to Japan and Korea, and the talk that maybe he'll fly into Taiwan. The attitude of the Chinese people may not be the same as the Chinese leadership, but it's the attitude of the Chinese people. And that attitude is that if Biden doesn't show up and visit Xi Jinping, but instead visits Taiwan, that's a red line. When a Chinese person talks about a red line being crossed, that's something serious. That's not political words that you can dance around and change reality. That's a car crash against a brick wall. It's a car crash into a cement wall. It's a car crash into a tree. The Chinese people say that they should just let Air Force One stay in Taiwan and shoot down any attempts to have it leave. Biden wants to go over there, be in Taiwan, let him stay there till he dies. I think that's kind of harsh, but not as harsh as the people who say shoot it down before it lands. This understanding about what Chinese people think about this push, poke against the dragon is not being reported at all in the Western media and is not at all understood by those in the English-speaking world. And I might be the only one who is going to explain it to you. Oh, sure, other people have said their thoughts. They have tried to say things and put things in nice, calm perspectives, but they get a serious visage. They talk and they say, if trust me, China's a peace-loving nation, but if you cross them, and they try to explain this. I'm a little bit more emotional, so I speak in a more visceral way, eh? From the United States point of view and from the American citizens' point of view, oh, well, it's just going to be a war in the far-off South Pacific. From the Chinese point of view, it's going to be which cities should be nuked first? New York, Washington, Los Angeles, Chicago? Which ones should we erase? That's how the Chinese people are thinking right now. American thoughts? Well, it's going to be another Vietnam in far off Southeast Asia. It doesn't matter. Chinese thoughts? Let's erase Los Angeles and Seattle and Houston, Denver. Let's get rid of Chicago. Chicago got to go. And of course, the entire East Coast got to be erased. Let's go from Virginia up, just nuke them to pieces. It's two different thought processes, and you all got to understand that. One day these pokes will result in the nuclear destruction of American cities. Then America can go ahead and fight in the South Pacific Sea. You think they can? Think America can fight without New York City, Washington, D.C., Chicago? Oh, but America will destroy China. I don't think you guys quite get it. America won't have the ability to. Won't have the ability. You keep poking Russia, keep poking China. And of course, if you think inflation is bad now, if you think access and supply chain difficulties are difficult now, if you think waiting lines, hospitals are bad now, you ain't seen shit yet, guys. You do not want a war with the Chinese. Russia is a slow-moving bear, and they consider themselves a Christian nation. China is the furious, beat-up housewife that dreams for the day to cut the eyes out of the husband. You have no idea what you're dealing with. And so, but of course, since nobody has any idea, and you're being reinforced about how China always lies and China is just ready for a revolution and this and that, of course you're going to believe the nonsense. Did you know that there's even a guy who believes that he can become the emperor of China in New York City? He's an oligarch. He actually hires planes to fly around talking about the new national China. It's like, these people are fucking delusional. I think he does too much cocaine. Guy's whacked. People are whacked in the United States, just whacked. I don't think they're thinking right. I don't think they even think. And so I just wanted to relay this information to you guys so you completely understand how high the stakes are when you're poking. You can poke the bear, and Russia is like a dial. 2, 3, 4, and it dials up and it touches the threshold, and then Russia dials back. I said before, China's an on-off switch. They go from smiling they go from cuddly panda bear to snarling, flame-breathing dragon. Anybody who's dealt with China knows that. Anybody who's been to China can tell you that. And the ones that are saying otherwise have never been to China. Never. And the few that have, the few exceptions, been to China 30 years ago when China was destitute, poverty-stricken, and terribly corrupt. So I'm here, I'm just telling you the situation. So we talked about this. I myself was a bit shocked that they're talking about shooting down Air Force One, grounding it permanently. Or I said, what happens if there's a nuclear bomb in Taiwan and America is going to defend Taiwan with American forces in Taiwan? I said, what do you think China would do? And he says, well, China will just nuke the location of the nuclear bomb and nuke. China would just cleanse the entire island. That's a bit extreme. I don't think you people in the West, you people have any idea what the fuck you're getting into. None at all. The standard boilerplate response to this kind of statement is that, well, America's got allies. Yeah, America has proxies. We do. China would not hesitate erasing Japan from the map. There's a lot of bad blood between China and Japan. I don't think you guys have any idea. I'm not going to bother showing you it, but yeah, it's a lot of bad blood. Really bad. China has no qualms about using nuclear weapons. None. The people in China have no qualms about using them. They don't care. And as much as I love Australia, I would really hate to see Sydney gone, Brisbane gone, Adelaide gone, Perth gone. I'd really hate to see it. But that's what will happen. For some reason, I have this distinct impression that Korea would stay out of it regardless of the American military bases there. It's just a strong impression I have. Korea would stay out. I also have a strong impression that Japan is trying to walk a fine line between being a yes man hoping for the United States to collapse so it doesn't have to do anything. But Australia, Morrison regime is all in for destruction and has already decided that Australians will die for Washington, D.C. and Langley, Virginia. So there you have it, huh? Pretty fucked up if you ask me. But, you know, what the hell. I think that I have stated this over and over again, how visceral and emotional Chinese are over Taiwan. And it doesn't seem to get that message across, not certainly to the American leadership. Anybody who reads Metallicman keeps this information to themselves. They don't tell their friends that, hey, you fighting with China is not going to be like fighting with Russia. And the boilerplate response is, China only has 300 some nuclears. What can they do? We got 6,000. That's like, you know, looking at Armchair Warriors looking at player stats. China thinks that way. China does not think that way. China thinks you kill the leadership, the rest crumbles. Where's the leadership? In American cities. How do you know you hit the leadership? Well, you use the Chinese method of killing everything. And that's the point that I want to make in this. Killing everything. See, China isn't like the United States where it surgically strikes the car that the leader is in, or blows up the Iranian general. If it was China, they'd nuke the whole city. General's gone, mission accomplished. There's no question at all about it. So people, poking the panda bear is going to get you a very nasty dragon. It's not going to be on the American timetable, but it is going to happen. There's no signs that it's going to stop. And while China signed an agreement with the United States not to use first-use nuclear weapons, keep in mind that China has been under biological weapon carpet bombing since 2014. And America routinely tears up documents. And America routinely says one thing and does whatever it wants to. Everybody in China knows this. Everybody understands this. So stop pretending that it doesn't exist. Because as far as China is concerned, it's the reality of dealing with this United States lunacy. China believes that America is run by lunatics, crazy people that need to be put down like a wild dog. And that is something that you need to take into care and consideration. So next time you read an article about China bad, China bad, China bad, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, Taiwan this, Taiwan that, keep in mind it's just a build-up for a war that China is ready for. And you do not want to fight China. Last time the United States did, it lost.